exit poll and opinion poll. So exit opinion, that word itself clearly indicates what you mean by it. Exit means when you are going out. When will you go out? That means when you are entering into the polling center, you cast your vote and you come out. You exit from the poll, from the vote poll, from your polling station. If you come out, after exiting, that means after voting, whatever opinion the voters are telling to the media or the poll agencies, which do their own research on which party is going to come into power, after voting, what people will come outside the polling station and say, I voted for this, I voted for that, and telling which party might actually win. After voting, that kind of poll is called exit poll. After exiting, after voting. Opinion poll is, this is fundamentally pre-polling or pre-voting. What these media people and polling agencies will do is they'll go to different sects of people in different areas, and what they will do is they will take samples, sample set. That means it's nothing but collection of a group of people, and they'll ask their opinion. Which party do you think will come into power? They'll say, okay, this party 1, party 2, party 3. Why? What is their opinion about a particular party? Do you think it's going to win and all that? So they'll collect all the data or opinions of different groups of people or different sample sets, and they will take an average for all of them, and then a result will be saying, according to the opinion poll, party 1 is going to win. According to the exit poll, party 2 might win. So this kind of news or opinions or polls, it's called exit poll and opinion poll. So what you have to remember is exit, that means post polling, opinion, pre-polling or post voting, and this is pre-voting. Now, why is this very important is, there have been lot of occasions where based on the opinion polls, the vote bank completely changed. And because of the exit polls, fundamentally there will be no big thing because the voting has already been done. So there will be no big change in the structural voting patterns or the voting statistics based out of exit poll. But out of opinion poll, there can be a lot of changes. So what are those changes? What are the effects of these polls? We'll be discussing today. So fundamentally, very simple, exit poll, post voting, and this is simple, pre-voting. If you remember this, that is sufficient. So what is this all about, and who are the agencies who can control? You know, end of the day, all these are based on Election Commission decisions. So the Election Commission, it's a statutory body. Election Commission of India will decide what has to be done. So they have approached lot of times legal ways. They have approached the Supreme Court they have approached the legislature. They have approached the Ministry of Law to change the laws, especially during elections. Should the polls be released? Should the exit polls be discussed? Should the opinion polls be discussed? All these kind of discussions have happened. So based on the discussions that the Election Commission of India has done with respect to the courts and the legal ministries, new laws have been created, and what are those, we'll just see. So coming here, please try to understand. Yeah. Now what is opinion? This is pre-election opinion poll. Exit polls is post or after. Now this discusses the voters' sense or the mood before the election, and this is considered to be, and exit polls, please try to understand. Before the election, what is the mood? What is their preferences? What are their opinions? And what are their attitudes towards which party? And these are done by media outlets or polling agencies. This is about opinion poll. Coming to exit polls, post or after the votes. Usually exit polls, whatever the media tells, post voting, they are considered to be almost accurate. It's like, okay, because the voting has already been done. There's no change that these people can do right now. Voting ho gaya. So what people usually come out, the chances are exit polls when the people vote and come out and say, usually they tell the truth. The false thing happening is not possible. So people will come and tell the truth, okay, I voted for this party and this party, I think Congress is going to win or BJP is going to win or TDP is going to win. So depending on party 1, party 2, party 3. So that's the point. So exit polls do not suffer from any change. They do not suffer because the voting is already done. That is a problem. But for opinion poll, it is not like that. So what are the problems? Let's see. So what are the keywords which are involved in it? These are very important. You can use them for your essay writing and all that. First one. What are the opinion poll effects? Because of the opinion poll, what might happen? First effect is called bandwagon effect. What is bandwagon effect is, if people start saying, okay, party 1 is going to win, party 1 is going to win, party 1 is going to win, according to opinion polls, what happens is, all the voters will think, okay, this party will come into power, so let's all vote only to that party. So that might change the voting preference itself. Bandwagon, it's like a sheep mentality. Okay, everyone is voting, chalo, we'll also vote for the same party. So voters follow the majority. That is called bandwagon effect. Bandwagon. So important, you can just use this word. Instead of writing too many sentences, you can just say the polls are like bandwagon effect. So that clearly shows, okay, everyone has voted for the majority. Next kind of keyword is underdog effect. What is underdog? Is voters support the minority. People say, okay, let's not vote for the majority, we'll do ulta. We'll start voting for the minority. So when, whatever may be the reasons why they want to vote for the majority or the minority, so if people start voting for the minority instead of the majority, that is called underdog effect. Voters will start voting for the minor group. These are the two major effects because of opinion poll. All because of opinion polls. These two major effects. One is bandwagon effect, one is underdog effect. What are the effects of exit poll ka effects? First is demoralization effect. So voters lose motivation to come and vote. For example, I want party 1 to win. Okay? And in the exit polls, they start saying that party 2 is winning. Once I start hearing that news, I will not be motivated because however party 1 will lose, what is the whole point of going and voting? So I will not cast my vote. So what happens is, the number of people who vote will start decreasing, and which is very bad for the election. It is very bad for the democracy. End of the day, the voting percentage should be high. Because of this demoralization effect, the voting percentage will start reducing drastically because it demotivates people to come and vote. That is the reason because of exit polls. For example, in a polling station, people are coming out and saying, okay, party 1 is winning. Out of a sample set of 100, let's say 80 people said party 1 is winning. There will be no mood for the remaining 20 or the future 100 to come and vote who wanted to vote for party 2. So they'll stop coming to the poll. So the voting percentage will decrease, and that is bad for democracy itself. Next, this is one effect. Next is reinforcement effect. Reinforcement means strengthening effect. So voters gain confidence. Ulta, for example, I want party 2 to win, and the exit polls are saying party 2 is about to win, party 2 is about to win, everyone is voting for party 2. It gives me confidence. What happens is, there may be a positive effect. People who want to vote for party 2 will start coming and voting. So the percentage will start increasing. So these are the effects. So please remember, when I say effect, it is not always negative. It is both negative as well as positive effects. Because effect means result. What is happening after a particular thing is happening, what is happening, that is called effect. Effect is what causes a particular thing to happen. Effect is post the outcome. It is like the result. Effect is something which causes a particular thing to happen. So these are effects. Effects can be both positive and negative. For example, demoralization. It is a negative effect. Reinforcement effect. It's a positive effect. So that is what you have to understand. So these are the keywords: opinion poll, bandwagon effect, underdog effect, exit polls ka effects, demoralization effect, and reinforcement effect. These are the effects of opinion as well as exit polls. Done. Next, moving on. Now, rules. In India, results of the exit polls for a particular election are not allowed to be published till the last vote has been cast. The results of the exit polls, please remember. The results of the exit polls till the last vote is put, you cannot declare those results. If, because what happens is the voters may not start voted, so we don't know. Next, ECI, Election Commission of India, has the power to notify the period during which the exit polls cannot be published or published under, and this is under section 126A. You remember this? According to the Representation of People's Act 1951. Any person who violates it, 2 years of imprisonment or fine or both. If you remember these points, I think that is sufficient. So, exit polls cannot be declared before the last vote. Under which section? Who does that? Election Commission of India will notify. Under which section? Section 126A. What might happen? If you are not following it, 2 years fine or both of them. This can happen. Now, this is with respect to India. Let's look at international level. What is the situation? International level, 16 European Union countries have been reporting opinion polls. They started reporting opinion polls with the ban time frames ranging from full month to just 24 hours. So, month to close to 24 hours. That means a day. So, 16 European countries. Let's look at the examples. Italy, Slovakia and Luxembourg have a ban of more than 7 days. So, before that you cannot declare the exit polls. For example, if you look at France, it has been reduced to 24 hours ahead of the voting day. That is with respect to France. UK, there are no restrictions. Chill max, they are all. So, whatever they want to do, they can do. US, the media coverage of opinion polls is regarded as the opinion polls declaration is regarded as the integral part of free speech. Therefore, opinion polls are declared before. This is with respect to international exit and opinion polls. I hope all of you have understood it. And moving on, I think that's it. So, a quick recap. So, exit, post-voting, opinion, pre-voting. Pre-voting, I told you what are the effects, bandwagon effect. As what are the different effects? Just have a glance at it. For opinion poll, you have bandwagon effect and underdog effect. And for exit polls, you have demoralization effect and reinforcement effect. And I told you what are the different countries and opinions, how they have restricted and all that.